Welcome to the FWT Finals here in Fieberbrunn, Austria. 3 events on the Freeride World Tour saw riders throwing down in some of the most beautiful mountain ranges on the planet. Then comes the cut. The field is reduced by half, with only the top-ranked riders moving on to the Freeride World Tour Finals. Glory and heartbreak are at stake here in Fieberbrunn, Austria on the always intimidating Wildseeloder face.
The first start is up at 2,119 meters, with the second start 30 meters below that. It's a steep and intimidating face with an average 36-degree gradient, which is pushing 45 to 50 degrees in some spots.
Well, our first category of the day is snowboard men, and are fired up there. So he's going to be the first man off this, throwing a big backflip. Oh, and a slight over rotation. That's a tricky one. Holden Samuels, really technical zone. This is kind of been nicknamed the closeout couloir. You make your way down it. The only way out is to do that. And Holden Samuels just getting bounced. Michael popping over the top of that one and slashing in the sunshine. Michael Mon making his way over to this next to the Heusel Cliff area.
And lining up this little pyramid like Ludo did. Coming out bolts there, really balanced over his board.
Nice release into the fall line, Michael. You can see there's some of the old slough that's under this powder, and popping a big back 3, bringing it down nice and clean.
Your run was so sick, dude.
Into the jump, laying out the backflip, and oh, unfortunately just going over the bars on the landing. We had backup at the top for Liam Rivera, starting in this steep technical zone right out of start 1. Pressing the roller in front, and a big backflip for Liam Rivera. Such a perfect landing. Stomped for Liam as he comes down now into this lower section. Huge powder slash. Liam Rivera now lining up the lower section. He's got an air here on his heel side, spinning and mostly stomping there. Maybe a slight tail bend and a hand down.
A regular rider just throwing up some snow there.
Ludo already with 2 airs, and you can see the slough just pouring down. Snow stability deemed solid as Ludo right off the point of the pyramid onto this hanging shelf and off. Great start to Ludo Guillaudiat's run. Getting himself now to the edge, straight off and stomping. Bolt for Ludo Guillaudiat.
Moving into this lower section here. What's he going to find for us?
As he goes to fall line and stomps again, pointing it through the trees and through the old snowballs.
10 seconds.
He gets himself set up over this extremely exposed section, airing into the approach to the Heusel Cliff and taking a cross court with a transfer. Oh, that was wow.
Outrageous. Threading from the Heusel over to the pyramid little transfer there. Incredible stuff from Jonathan Penfield.
John Powell making the most of the opportunity, heading down into this section on the rider's right side of the canyon, airing onto that pad. So John Powell packing with his run with features in a completely different section than we saw Ludo.
And getting the grabs there on all of his airs, lining up another one down the bottom section here. And riding out clean. And we've got the score coming in, 90.67, sliding into first position there with Jonathan Penfield.
Wow. We see our final standings.
So we've got Jonathan Penfield in first position there with a screaming 90.67, Ludo Guillaudiat in 87 there, and Liam rounding out that podium with 85 points.
And there is no rest for the shredders as we go straight back up to the top, and our next category is going to be snowboard women.
Laying down some big slash turns and taking that one so long.
Oh, Estelle with the massive send. She's going to get a full field snowboard women's dog pile. Anna Orlova back on tour.
So she's into the same zone where Manu was and is going more into airing into that pyramid feature there where you need to air out, and looking fast and fluid as she rips out across that tricky avalanche debris. Yep, popping her way through, throwing up a bunch of snow. Looks like super nice riding there, going for the grab.
Anna Orlova taking it cross court, and that landing just so receptive. We are ready for Manuela Mandl, the Austrian snowboard hero.
So she's dropping in from start 2. Oh, she's going into that couloir or into the triangle.
So popping into the chute there, now riding out over the slough cone on the heel side, handling it like the boss she is, continues down this apron in prime conditions, lining up over this nugget, popping off the center of that, and finding the seam. Katie Anderson, the pride of Jaffrey, BC, looking to make a big splash and put a stamp on her campaign.
Finding her first bigger feature there and moving pretty fluidly through the face.
Yeah, it's become the hallmark of Katie Anderson's riding. She goes fast, coming from that World Cup border cross in this totally untapped section of the face. Absolutely pristine powder, and coming into a closeout section as she points it into the fall line.
And stomps it, riding out really strong.
All right, score coming in for Katie Anderson, 70.67, and she moves into first place. So Katie Anderson has done what she needed to do.
The event scoreboard is as follows. Katie Anderson at the top spot there, and we all know what that means. Manu Mandl coming back with a wild card in second position, and Anna Orlova in third there.
We are continuing our journey. Molly Armanino knows exactly where she's going.
Heading into a little closeout zone, taking it and riding out super strong there with some real speed.
Addison Rafford getting herself into the air, sending that one. Oh, and just catching a bump on the outrun. She was, I thought, away. Megan Beton, French rider out of Chamonix.
And getting pretty bucked there.
Unbelievable recovery for Megan Beton. A ski ballet 360 overexposure, bringing it around at the absolute critical moment. That was incredible.
Outrageous from Megan, and she is not stopping there. She's coming in above this tricky cliff with this really short transition, handling her speed well and riding out strong. Super solid skiing from her so far this season. She's dropping in from start 2 with her typical aggressive skiing.
As she goes over a little bit, a tiny bit of hesitation, and taking the same cross-court move.
And taking that one, 4-point landing, riding out super solid.
This is a huge, huge addition to the Freeride World Tour Ski Women's category as a wildcard. Extremely technical zone as she doubles down in and out, and absolutely flying now, looking in control, popping over those little wind features and ribs and getting her way through that section in no time.
Coming into a closeout zone here, stomping it, riding out super strong into the sunshine, throwing out some snow. 360 there, perfect landing.
All right, so an 86.7 for Ari Tricomi, and she makes her way into the hot seat.
So our wild card, Ariana Tricomi, is up there in first position with an incredibly creative freestyle line. Justine Dufour-Lapointe in second position, and Megan Beton with the recovery of the century in third position.
Max Hitzig, what a way to start the ski men.
Finding an air into the couloir, over the top of that.
Transferring over the couloir, he went in that Antiman entrance. Heading into the jump, pumping on the in-run. Tossing the cork 7 and not able to hold on to it. Marcus Gogan going down. Now Valley coming above the Hoysel Cliff. We haven't seen a full send off the guts of it, but we have now. Valley Rainer taking it deep and clean as he stomps the Hoysel Cliff.
Lining up his next features and a big backflip. Carrying some real speed, taking a 3 cross court there.
Yeah, that worked for Andrew, and it's worked for Carl as he takes the high angle way down on the Hoysel Cliff. Oh, here we go. Max Palm with an enormous 360, perfect landing, and he's trying to hold on. Oh, he gets onto that left foot. Heading back up to the top, the Frenchman, Oscar Mandin. He was a wild card onto the tour this year.
Getting some air there, cross court, coming in above the Housel Cliff.
Yeah, keeping it pinned into the fall line. Perfect connection, landing and getting onto that right foot to make his way across.
He's taking on his next one, big flat spin, stomps it.
That's where you want to land on that air. Our features over here, the dead tree drop far, far over. We saw this be a playground for men's snowboard in the past, and Oscar finding a nice transition. Maxime Chablot, the Swiss rider, getting ready to kick his campaign off for victory on the Freeride World Tour at the Fieberbrunn Pro as he pops off it with a lofty backflip. Is he going to be able to, oh, perfect connection with the landing. So Maxime Chablot speeding over on this rider's right side with a 360 now coming, oh, just getting a little wild there. Left footer as he comes into this one, throwing the 7, and he's able to land that too. So Maxime Chablot bringing freestyle elements into the big mountain, as is his usual motif.
Looking a little loose there, but holding it together, airing over that next one.
Oh, definition of loose but lit here for Maxime Chablot. Many, many moments where it looked like it might come unstuck, but never quite losing it.
God. That was a battle, dude.
Andrew Pollard, the pride of Alta, Utah.
Cross court 360 there, coming in with some pace to the Housel Cliff. Big send.
Perfect.
Stomps it and carries some serious pace over to the right.
Pointing it off the nose of that and turning again to make sure he adds another feature with a 360.
Pulling it together. Big air there. He looks like he wants something else.
Yeah, staying on that left foot, finding another feature with pace. So Andrew Pollard just smooth all the way from top to bottom. And the score coming in for Pollard, and he's into first. 86 points for Andrew Pollard. He can't believe it.
So we've got Andrew Pollard up in pole position there. Maxime Chablot in second, Oscar Mandin in third.